Hey guys, Brunsonator 3 here. Brunsonator 3 Salam. I hope you're all doing alright, guys. Let's hit it. I want to just admire his artwork first, though. It's very beautiful. Rinwell, kisara, and, kisara looking back, turning back, so sex seductive. It's awesome. Alright, guys, let's hit it. Ren and who was your friend Dennis flew off to the first level. What do they expect to do there? I heard there was some commotion. Don't tell me it was to help Dennis, and the people with barely any actual energy to be of help.
I know it's sudden, but Dohalim's busy, so we were hoping the two of you could tell us a bit about Renan Customs.
I'm surprised you'd come to us, but we'd be happy to help out a friend of Doe's. Huh. I didn't know weddings were popular here. They're a custom that goes way back on Rena.
What kind of food do you serve at Renan weddings?
Let's see. For the guests... Oh, you've got to have a huge cake.
The bride and groom cut the cake together in front of all the guests, then feed each other a slice.
They feed each other? I'd be too embarrassed to do something like that.
Wait, Alphen, are you asking about weddings to prepare for your own? In that case, you've got to make sure your partner has a say. But I guess that would be tough if you want to make it a surprise.
No. I'm just curious, so I'm doing some research. I'm not keeping this a secret because I want to surprise someone. I'm just not familiar with the customs and want to learn.
I see. Seeking knowledge on subjects out of your wheelhouse is a noble pursuit.
You've taught us a lot. Thanks, Avakir. Thanks, Faria.
Now that we've learned about Renan customs, why don't we ask someone about the Dahnan ones?
Sure, but who should we ask? I guess we could start by going to see Doc.
Sounds like a plan. Let's head to Uzbek. Does Doc's knowledge include weddings and food and stuff like that too?
I'm not sure. But the more I think about it, I suppose those aren't really his areas of expertise. I guess I might have a bad habit of turning to Doc whenever I have a problem.
You must really trust him. It's good to have someone like that when you're lost or confused. And he clearly doesn't mind.
And here I thought Alphen was secretly making wedding preparations to surprise a certain someone. Guess I was wrong. That's too bad.
I'm sure you'd like that kind of elaborate plan, but they're not for everyone.
Yeah, you're right. But if there's anything else we can do to help, don't hesitate to ask.
You finally made it.
looks like we can do Alphen's mission a bit. I think I might try going to the Coliseum and try and fight a little bit, see if I got a little stronger with my armor.
You finally made it.
Some strange people force this guy to wear a mask. Now he's become like this. He's bringing things I don't understand. Hey, you get a grip. I thought it would make you happy. Oh, shit. No matter what I say, he just repeats the same thing. The mask will come off, so what can I do? Oh, shit. Oh, someone was supposed to put one on me. If they had, I would have lost my dignity by now. Oh, fuck. Both people who brought in the mask and the pigeons who were made to where them look like pathetic puppets. I think we looked better when we were still slaves a year ago. Seriously, what the hell? Come on, say something. Come on, say something. They go wild and calm down around. We can't communicate with them. What are we supposed to do?
Hey, Doc. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Weddings? I don't even know what that is, let alone what kind of food you should serve. Calaglio was poor, and we couldn't even afford to think about stuff like that when we were slaves.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I've heard of weddings. There's ceremonies for people that are getting married, right?
Married, you say? Alphen, you thinking of settling down?
It's more that I haven't thought about it enough, so I want to prepare a little for when the time comes.
I was all prepared to take a parental role and give you my blessing, but you're not tying the knot? You know, Alphen, you really haven't changed at all.
Maybe not. There's still a lot I don't know. So much I have to learn.
So if Doc doesn't know anything, what now?
Do you know anyone who's done that marriage ceremony? If you do, maybe you could ask them.
Oh, right! We do know one couple.
Kagari and Notio. Of course, why didn't I think of asking them? We attended their wedding, and theirs is the one that set off this whole wedding craze to begin with. They're the perfect pair for us to talk to.
Then our next destination is set. I'm sure they'll have all kinds of useful information.
Seems like everything's settled here then.
Good luck, Alphen!
Next, we should go to Kagari and Notio's place. Let's head to Thistleum.
They sure get along well. Like they're in their own little world together.
Well, they're married, so that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, for them. But it's hard to know how to respond when they're acting like that.
I should probably prepare some words to say for when you do decide to get hitched. Alphen, I wish you a lifetime of happiness. No, too cliché. Treasure your bride and your new life together. Yeah, that's better.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself, Doc. I'm sure Alphen will let us know when he's ready to do that.
Tickets are safe, but what about but what happened to those masked people?
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Oh my, hello. Are you here for Notio? Or did you come to see me?
Both y'all.
Both of you, actually. Can we ask you some questions about wedding ceremonies?
Of course. It would be our pleasure. Our wedding ceremony is one of my most important memories with my beloved Kagari. Ask us anything.
What should we talk about first? How about the day I decided to marry my sweet Notio?
Sorry. Maybe we can get to that later. For now, I want to know about the food.
See, I'm currently gathering information on food that's served at weddings. What kinds of dishes guests will enjoy, that kind of thing. You two have experience, so I was hoping you could share your insights.
Of course. We'd be happy to. Our ceremony was very simple, but we did it our way.
We didn't worry too much about Dahnan or Renan traditions. We decided to do whatever made us happy.
It's the thought that counts, after all. I think you should prepare whatever the couple wants to eat, or something they want their guests to eat.
The thought that counts. Taking care of your guests, you mean? Thank you. That's helpful.
Oh, and we prepared dishes with ingredients that are said to be auspicious.
Since everyone came all the way just for us, we wanted our guests to feel happy too.
Everyone who attended seemed to enjoy it, so I recommend doing the same.
But gathering everything was quite an ordeal. Remember, Notio? We were only able to serve what we did through sheer luck.
What do you mean by sheer luck?
The merchant we talked to said it was a miracle he got everything, and that he'd never be able to manage it again.
Wow, it's that much trouble. And it may be tough to procure those kinds of ingredients. If that's the case, we should try to gather everything ourselves and see what we can do.
You want to gather things now? Even though you're not getting married yet?
Yeah, I want to make sure I know how to get what I need. I want all my bases covered.
Okay. You sure put your all into things you're serious about, huh, Alphen?
I appreciate your help, Law. So, what kinds of auspicious ingredients should we go after?
Sea bream is a high-class fish with an elegant taste, so it's often seen in celebratory meals in Thistleum.
They also said something about lemons bringing good luck. I don't know why, but they said it'll keep you from catching a cold.
Where I'm from, we eat rat pig meat on special occasions. It's supposed to be good for your health.
Sounds like certain ingredients carry special meaning. We'll see what we can scrounge out. Oh, wait. I already have the ingredients you just mentioned.
This is what we were after, right?
You've already got some auspicious ingredients. And I went on and on about how hard it'd be to get them. Seems I was wasting my breath.
It definitely wasn't easy.
Okay. I think we got a handle on how to gather what we need. I should be able to lend a hand next time someone's having a ceremony.
This is nuts, but it was pretty easy. Yeah, I'm like, all we do is breed, raise them on a farm.
I also know what to do to prepare for my own wedding. Yeah, if I ever have one, I mean.
How about that? I think we got some good info.
If you're doing all this to prepare for your own wedding, you should fully understand what your partner wants before planning the menu.
What my partner wants?
Sorry, I didn't mean to be nosy.
It's not like that, Kagari. But people keep telling me the same thing, to take my partner's wishes into consideration. But I'm still just doing research, so I don't really understand what that means.
So you're doing research to understand what you want for yourself. I think that's wonderful too.
Some people are satisfied as long as they end up married and don't do any planning at all. Those kinds of people are the worst.
Yeah, that was a close one.
We got some great advice. So I think that should about do it for our culinary investigation.
I feel like there was some other auspicious food, but I can't recall what it was.
What? There's more?
I'm sorry, but I'm sure there was some delicious and auspicious food that both Renans and Dahnans enjoy. It was the hardest one to get our hands on. Someone knowledgeable about gourmet should know what it is.
Well, now that's got me curious. We've already come this far. We should try to gather some ingredients.
Man, I knew you'd say that. But how are we supposed to do that when we don't even know what you want? Maybe that old man will know. You know, The one traveling around in search of fine delicacies?
Gordino. He's definitely the perfect person to ask.
I know, right? Let's go talk to him next.
Thanks for all the help, both of you.
I hope what we shared was useful.
I wonder where our old foodie friend is now.
We'll probably run into him if we go somewhere famous for its food, right?
I hope he hasn't collapsed again while searching for his next culinary obsession.
We were only able to be of any help thanks to you, Kagari. You're the best.
Oh, no, Tio. It's all thanks to you. You're the best.
Yay, we did it. Fuck yeah.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
What was about a bunch of people in the sea getting masked on them? I don't know what's going to happen, so I'll send it to my grandson. You said master your fucking grandson? That's nuts. Is there anything we do? We're missing people who live in this country, so we all mind working together. Please see if you can find anyone else wearing that mask. Got it. Look at me. Oh shit. I wonder if people who are masked can go back to normal. I'm worried about them. Maybe. I wonder if people who are asked can go back to normal. I'm worried about them. Man, we okay? Get a hold of it. Just leave the search. Sure, we can. Don't worry. Yeah, a lot of these fuckers are fucked. I hope people wearing masks act lifeless. I hope it isn't something serious. I no longer care. Some people wearing masks here just a minute ago. They carried masks, tried to force one on me. It was scary, but I think the service corps captured them all and drove them out of town. Not all of them. My eyes are peeled for any more masked individuals. Peace of this city is vowed to all who inhabit it.
Oh, look who it is. What can I do for you? Got more questions about gastronomy? An auspicious food for weddings that both Denons and Renans enjoy. I know a few things that fit the bill.
Okay, so are any of them something that she likes?
Huh? What was that? Speak up!
Well, it's, shionne. I need something shionne likes.
Wow! What are you so angry about? What did I do?
You didn't do anything wrong, Gordino. Shionne's name just kinda came to mind. Just leave it at that.
Well, I've got no idea what's going on. But I know just the thing for that young woman who's always hungry.
Oh, come on, just say it already!
Danons love it, Renans love it. That young woman who is always hungry does too. And it's auspicious. Boss Fish checks all the boxes. In the gastronomy world, they say that if you eat a boss fish at a special occasion, your family will be bestowed with safety.
I didn't know there were legends like that in gastronomy. But it sounds like boss fish is perfect. We'll scrounge some up.
Oh, it won't be that easy. Boss fish are hard to find. However, if you aren't able to pass this test, you won't get my blessing to marry my daughter.
But who said anything about marrying your daughter? I don't need your blessing.
Obviously, I'm joking. I don't have a daughter, but I've always wanted to say that. At any rate, I'm not kidding about boss fish. Good luck getting your hands on some. You'll need it.
Don't we already have the boss fish he's talking about? Should we give it to him, Alphen?
Sorry, old man. I don't remember if we got this ourselves or not, so we'll get some more.
What? You're saying you can get more bossfish? Now that I'd like to see.
Sorry it's taken so long, but we're finally nearing the end of our ingredient search.
Don't get careless now. We need to save our strength for the battle with the boss fish.
Wow, she's really into this.
To think, the day would come where I face down a boss fish. This is so exciting.
Oh, there's no mistaking it. That's a boss fish for sure. It must have been quite the trial to get this. But hospitality would be meaningless if it were easy, now wouldn't it? You've done well, son. Okay, I'll allow you to marry her. But I won't forgive you if you make my daughter unhappy.
Not this again.
Jokes aside, if you can get your hands on boss fish, then you should be able to get any ingredients you need.
Thanks. I think it's fair to say we've perfectly understood how to gather what we need.
We learned about wedding dishes and how to gather the ingredients. So you must be satisfied now, right, Alphen?
Indeed. I owe you my thanks as well, Law.
If you ever need more advice about the menu for your wedding, don't hesitate to come see your friend Gordino. Regardless, my fabulous recipe deserves a name. Absolutely exquisite! Harmonized!
I hope someday she'll be on board with making the menu too, Alphen. I'm sure she, or your partner, will be happy with anything Gordino cooks.
Something my partner will enjoy. I need to think about that, too.
Something bothering you?
No, it's just... everyone we've talked to has mentioned the same thing. My ultimate goal is to learn more about weddings and marriage. That hasn't changed. But Kagari and Notio said that isn't enough, and that I have to think more about my partner.
Right, that's why we looked into bossfish. Isn't that enough?
Maybe, but I don't know if it counts as taking my partner into consideration. I'll have to give it some more thought. I've learned a lot about ingredients and cooking.
Let me know the next time you're having trouble. I'll be glad to help.
Thanks. I appreciate the offer.
No problem. Leave it all to me.
You're here about dishes for a wedding? I'm working on a few things right now. When the day comes, I'll make something that'll satisfy that young woman who is always hungry, and all your guests.
Seems like Alphen and Doc were having a really deep conversation. Maybe Law wasn't joking about discussing something serious with Alphen, and this is somehow related. But when I tried to ask what they were talking about, Dohalim stopped me, so I never found out. I asked him, do you think Law's playing something? He's acting so strange. So Dohalim sidestepped the question and said, isn't Law's behavior always so strange? Always a little strange? Law is obviously acting suspicious, and Dohalim is trying to throw me off the trail. Come to think of the guitar, it was actually strange too, and I feel like Alvin Real kept glancing over at maybe we'll think this, but I feel like everyone except me is involved in some sort of discussion. I can't help but think maybe, just maybe they found out about that what? Hopefully I'm just overthinking things. Staying with Gordino, I ran into the old foodie and he said something confusing. If I had a daughter, she'd be like you. If you ever end up in a different situation and things get rough, you can always come back home. He's been wandering around on a journey, hasn't he? So what does he mean, come back to me, and why would I go to him anyway? I have no idea what he was trying to say. Maybe the reason he talked to me like that is because everyone already knows about my secret. It would be horrible if everyone turned out against me for it. If that happens, then maybe going to stay with him isn't a bad option. No, that'd be awful. Damn.
So, Alphen, how's your pursuit of wedding knowledge progressing?
Need another mission so soon.
With everyone's help, I've been able to look into several things I was curious about.
Happy to hear it.
I'm still clueless when it comes to marriage in general. I'm still in the dark on what married life is like after the ceremony is over.
It does seem as though that would be a separate set of knowledge. You'd need a new home, furnishings for it, things of that ilk.
A home? You need a house if you get married?
It's not a requirement, but generally speaking, it even came up in the conversation amongst the ladies that sparked your quest for knowledge. Shionne said she wanted a warm home to live in, remember? It's completely normal to think of such things.
It is?
So I've heard.
Then the next thing I research will be where to live after getting married. I want to know everything that's needed.
Very well. You know, I once heard someone say, marriage is not the destination, but a new departure. I believe those were Droshin's words of wisdom.
Really? Does that mean Droshin's married?
He is indeed. Seeing as he has experience, you may wish to seek his counsel.
All right, let's go. Now that I think about it, life after marriage is obviously more important than the wedding itself. The wedding is a single day, but your life together after that goes on for years and years.
True. It is certainly a topic worthy of careful consideration.
We've reached our destination.
You spot anyone wearing masks in the city, keep your distance and alert the service corps. The service corps will handle patrolling the city and guarding those who have been masked. Understood. The Department for Welfare will continue collecting information and preparing to receive the injured at the palace. Destroying forces make it through this fight.
Oh, hello. Did you need something?
There's something I want to talk to you about. I heard you're a married man, so...
You once spoke to me about the necessities in everyday life after marriage. Do you recall? We've come to you because Alphen would like to hear what you have to say. Can you inform him of what is necessary?
Is that so? Now that's a serious consultation. If you're going to get married, I think you first need to decide where you want to live.
No, I'm not getting married in the immediate future. I'm just curious and doing some research.
I see. Even so, I think you'll get an idea of what you need if you picture what you want for yourself. Are there any cities you've thought would be nice to live in?
No, not really. I'd never given it any thought.
You know, Shionne once said that she enjoys the mood of gazing upon the snow of Cyslodia, and that doing so calms her. Other than that, she also mentioned that she finds the weather pleasant in Ganeth Heros.
She did? Maybe that means she wants to live in Cyslodia or Ganeth Heros someday. I was just reacting to Shionne's comments. Don't read into it too much.
Of course, we would never.
If you don't have any strong preference on where you want to live, maybe you should spend some time traveling around. Cast aside your preconceived notions and look around with an objective eye. You'll likely discover some conditions you can't compromise on.
Thanks. I think it's worth a try. Should we start by visiting Cyslodia then? I can see what Bregan has to say too.
By all means. I think it's smart to learn about marriage and all it requires well in advance. Married life is like a long journey. If you don't care for and support each other, it won't last. The most important thing is to discuss and understand each other. Two people living together.
We've strayed quite far from the matter at hand, and it seems this is going to take a while yet.
Not as long as the speech you gave at Kagari and Notio's wedding.
Ah, my apologies. Are you in a hurry? I still have more to share.
Thanks for your help, Droshin. You can tell me the rest the next time I see you.
Homes in Cyslodia are constructed to withstand the snow. That's one of their good points.
I never thought much about how a house is designed. This is all so new to me.
We need to start keeping an eye out for this kind of stuff. Wandering aimlessly won't cut it.
Marriage is something that doubles your joy and halves your sorrow. It's a popular saying. In your long life, you too will go through many hardships, as well as many encounters and partings. Through such experiences, and perhaps some fights from time to time, a couple's bond will be strengthened. Well, give my best to the lucky couple, whoever they may be.
I really wonder why it's not a fast travel spot in Cyslodia, but it is what it is.
What? You're looking for a place to live?
We're gathering information about marriage. More specifically, we're currently looking into the process of house hunting.
Sounds complicated. I don't know anything about all that, but we'll welcome you with open arms if you want to move here, Alphen.
Thank you for saying so.
Thing is, there are some difficulties with living here, as you know. For one thing, there are more disputes between fellow Dahnans here than in other nations.
I'd hope they'd all get along better after they were freed. But I understand things still have a ways to go.
The other thing is that, in general, Renans aren't allowed into the city. You get lots of Renans coming to see you, don't you, Alphen? I know you've got both Renans and Dahnans in your crew.
Yeah, that could be a problem anytime Renans want to come visit.
The last issue is that the land around Cyslodia is barren. It isn't easy to secure the food you need. We're not starving yet, but there's not much by the way of excess.
So, if someone with, say, an incredibly high metabolism were to move in, it would put more strain on the food supply?
I had the same thought. Even if I'm comfortable, the person I live with may not be.
Yes. I think it's important to keep that viewpoint in mind when looking at other cities as well.
Thanks for talking with us, Bregan. I'm not looking to move just yet, but when the time comes, I'll remember everything you said.
Been a pleasure. Come by any time. Gathering information, house hunting. You got some big life changes planned there, Alphen? If it is what I think it is, nah, I won't pry. Good luck, Alphen.
Thanks, Bregan.
Now then, shall we depart for Pelegion? I will refrain from shamelessly recommending it, though.
Yeah, let's. The more places we can visit, the more informed I'll be. Plus, we can talk with Gagne to see if he has any advice. Going to Cyslodia really helped me understand some of what's important when deciding on a place to live.
If we continue to observe different locales, we will be able to understand more clearly what type of location is best.
Alphen, do you already have a special someone in mind? Ah, sorry, I said I wouldn't pry, but I couldn't help myself.
The other day, there was a letter from someone confessing their love, mixed in with the papers that right from Calagia. There's gotta be someone special in Cecilia. Burning love across borders, how romantic.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Did you need something?
I have a question for you. Can you spare some time if you're not busy with your duties?
I've always got time for you. I still owe you a huge debt. After all, it's thanks to what you all did a year ago that we regained the most important thing a human has. The ability to think.
All we did was help. It's you guys who actually took it back.
Even then, I still have a debt owed to you. So, what do you want to talk about?
I'm trying to decide where I want to live a little further down the road, when I'm ready to settle down. We're traveling around to various places to see how they strike me. Now we're here. So, how's life in Pelegion?
Hey, it's great that things have calmed down enough for you to think about settling down, even if it's still a ways off. But as far as living here, look, it's a beautiful city, and Renans live here comfortably. The problem is, Dahnans can't say the same. Plus, there are probably more than a few Renans here that would be less than pleased with your presence.
I guess it isn't the best for me. The city being beautiful is important to people who care about aesthetics, but...
I think Ganya is right. Pelegion is far from ideal for you, at least in its current state. If our efforts are met with continued success, perhaps one day it will be a city where anyone can live without issue. If possible, it would be great to reach that point before you've chosen a place to settle.
I'll be working hard towards that goal myself. You once told me that you fight against anyone who uses force to take what doesn't belong to them.
That's right.
I really took those words to heart and decided I wanted to help create a society free from hate. You've never let me down, never betrayed my trust. This time, I want you to trust in me. I will make this city a suitable place for you and your future family to live.
All right. I believe you, Ganya. I'm glad we came to Pelegion, even though it was for my own personal reasons. It gave me the chance to talk with Ganya and you about these kinds of things.
So, what should we do next? Should we make our way to Mahag-Saar?
Tensions are still high there, so I'm not sure if it'd be right to take anyone's time with my personal issues. I think we can rule out Nies. I'd cause way too many problems for Bayfun, and I wouldn't want to do that to him.
We keep in touch with Nies through trade and the occasional information exchange. If the opportunity arises, can I let them know you've begun thinking about your future?
Sure, as long as you don't make a big deal out of it. I'm really just doing some research for now.
Should we return to Vicente then? It is a relaxed and cozy place after all.
Who could we talk to there?
How about Kisara's friend, Legil? She can likely offer opinions from a viewpoint different from Droshan's.
Good idea. Let's go see if she'll talk with us. If Vicente isn't a good fit, and I'm not sure what options will be left. I had no idea it was this hard to find a place to live. I'm glad I had the chance to experience it for myself.
The situation changes by the day. Even if it was difficult this time, it may not be the same in the future. Plus, Legil's a reliable person to go to for advice. I bet she can provide us with useful information.
We missed on Calagria. I guess that's a... guess they don't want to move there, huh? Damn.
One short year ago, Pelegion was full of emotionless bodies. Mine among them. I hope that one day, I can make it a city full of love and smiling faces.
We've reached our destination.
It was a failure on our part to allow those suspicious folks to intrude into our city, but no time for regrets. We'll do everything we can to make sure damage is spread further. I'm looking out to make sure none of those masked people slip in from outside. What was with those masked weirdos forced their way into the city all of a sudden? Just what the heck were those masks? They were trying to force on them. Apparently that old woman is using birds' wings to make a picture book. I thought she'd use them for fills or something. I was shocked by the originality. Yeah, maybe I should make a page out of her book and make something too. Take a page out of her book. Those people who all had matching masks. Is that the latest fashion or something? Even this train was creepy. I don't want to wear that. Earlier, a bunch of mass people forced their way in, but we drove them out of town. It really reminded me that the effort of maintaining peace is a necessary thing. Most of those mass people just now. The service corps brought us here. I hope nothing bad is going to happen. Those mass people were running amok earlier, but it's safe now, right?
Legil, sorry to bother you. Can we chat with you about life in Vicent?
Oh, I'm happy you'd come to me for advice. But life in Vicent? Why? Is someone going to move here?
I'm considering it, but I haven't decided or even thought about a lot of details. For now, I'm traveling around and trying to find a place that would be nice to settle into once my journey is over.
Is that so? Well, I think Vicent is a great place to live. But recently, the population is exploding, and there isn't much space. We're getting overcrowded.
Guess there are downsides to Vicent's skyrocketing popularity.
But if you're going to live in Menancia, there are other options besides Vicent. For example, you can build a house near Traslita Highway just outside of town.
Outside of town? That thought hadn't occurred to me.
I know a really nice spot. However, it's currently inhabited by a gigantic Zoogle.
Well then, perhaps we can take care of that problem when we go scout the location.
Oh, that would be a huge help. Would you please?
Okay, we'll take care of it. We can't build a house if Zoogles live there.
Thanks, I appreciate it. By the way, I apologize if I've got the wrong idea here, but if marriage is the reason you end up relocating, then can I have your wedding bouquet? I already told Kisara, but I heard that if you can't catch a bouquet, you'll always be single and alone.
So you're where she heard that preposterous rumor?
All right, let's go take care of the Zoogle on Traslita Highway.
That land will be important if you want to develop it in the future. We must eliminate any threats that lurk there.
I heard a funny rumor. That's funny. Can't get to J, you'll be single.
Preposterous? You mean it isn't true? I guess it does seem kind of silly when I think about it. I think the correct version was, if you can't catch a bouquet, your lover will hate you. No, that sounds wrong too.
We've reached our destination. That Zoogle's in our way.
I'm ready. Ready to fight it anytime you are. Look! Isn't that what Legil was talking about? A giant Zoogle?
Looks like it. Let's get this done.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Light up!
Far enough!
Downfall!
Blazing storm!
Burn in hell!
Time to shine!
Dragon Swarm!
Ice tornado!
The flashing parts are weak points!
Rising Viper!
Thanks, Shionne.
It's not the first time.
And I'm still grateful.
Let the marksman handle this!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing arc! A chain I never fit!
A wailing bambi of lightning!
No further!
Tiger Blade! I'm going to use all the power of my healing arc. Don't give up!
Resurrection! Win!
Almost there.
Don't let your guard down,
Kisara.
But of course. I always feel safe when we've got you in front of us.
Tear you to shreds!
Denied! Got you!
It looks like we made him mad.
Hurricane Strike! Radiant Pierce!
This one's all mine.
Lightning raging cascade! Water! In here!
I won't lose. Not now, not ever.
Finish this! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash.
It's a pretty nice spot, like Legil said. A great view, and relaxing too.
Sounds as though you like it then. I too feel this would be a good spot for you.
I feel like I could just wake up, check out the view, do a little stretching, and be ready for a big day.
Feeling good about your environment is important. Now, shall we return to Vicente and inform Legil?
We've reached our destination.
We defeated the Zoogle, Legil.
Thanks. So, how was the location?
Man, that was a nice spot. I can see myself enjoying life there. Maybe that means it's a good fit for me.
I think that when you get married and look for a home in earnest, what we've learned will aid quite a bit in your search.
Yeah. I thought that as long as they had 4 walls and a roof, all houses were the same regardless of where they are. But I was wrong.
I thought that much was obvious.
I'm glad you like it. If you seriously consider moving here, please let me know. The house itself is just as important as the location, so I can introduce you to a pro who can help with everything from layout to paint color.
Thanks, Legil.
You'll have a lot to think about, especially considering you won't be the only person living in the house. It seemed you had someone on your mind as we were traveling. But are you satisfied with the information we gathered?
I really don't know anything, so I thought that it would be enough to learn about marriage in general. But that isn't enough. Nearly everyone we met told me to think more about my partner. So I was trying to keep my partner in mind as I did my research, but honestly, I'm not sure if what I've done is correct.
I see. I believe that no knowledge or experience is without its merits. Right now, your head is full of worry and doubt, but it's a necessary step towards finding a better future for yourself.
I hope you're right.
You've only just begun to think about your future. There is no need to rush these things, Alphen.
Dohalim, thank you. Choosing a home is basically setting your future life in stone.
It's important to think practically about the future. For example, calculating your spending so you know how much you'll save in 1 year.
I bet you're good at planning out your future down to the smallest detail, Kisara.
You'll really have your hands full once you start building a new house, Alphen. But don't worry. We have to pay you back for all you've done. You can leave this to us.
Oh, this is not a lot of EX quests. This is getting ridiculous. Alphen and Dohalim were whispering to each other, or so I thought, but when I tried to get close, the rinwell came over and started talking to me. She was obviously trying to stop me from overhearing them. Don't tell me you're in on this too, Rinwell. Hey, you discovered my secret after all our time together. I was hoping you alone would be there for me no matter what happens. No, I shouldn't doubt her. Maybe she really did just want to talk, but what if? What secret did she have? I don't know how this ended up happening, but only my daughter knows the truth. Ended up happening, but we've been around various places, like checking out their location. Speaking of which, in percent we saw Legil, and she apologized for telling me a lie. But what was she talking about? Roman and Kisara both look extremely flustered about it. Everyone's definitely acting weird. Let me see. Everyone is definitely acting weird. If this is how it's going to be, maybe I should just go ahead and confess to Roman at least and apologize. I'm sure she'll forgive me. About the secret I keep mentioning, well, when it's my turn to cook, I secretly eat an extra plate of food under the guise of testing the flavor. And when we eat together, I get a second serving then too. So they all think I'm having seconds, but I'm not. I'm actually having thirds. But only when there's extra food to go around, of course. Would they forgive me? That's it. That's pretty jacked up, but yeah, nothing crazy. All right, guys. So I have this one here. Brushing Air 3 out. Dahna, who knew? Peace with you. See you guys later.